All right, battleground Uttar Pradesh, and the focus is clearly on the crucial battle for Western UP, which goes to vote in the first 3 phases with over 100 assembly seats at stake in this region. The BJP's focus is today in various parts of Western UP. Now, Mathura, one of the 3 key temple towns after Ayodhya and Varanasi, will see Home Minister Amit Shah campaigning. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath is in Bijnor. Well, these are live visuals coming to you from Mathura, where Home Minister Amit Shah has just reached. He's going to be praying, offering prayers there, and also hitting the campaign trail. As we said, other key leaders also in parts of Western UP today. Yogi Adityanath is in Bijnor. His deputy Keshav Maurya is in Hapur. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh also in Western UP today. Now, Amit Shah's visit to this region is going to be very, very closely monitored indeed. Remember, he also met Jat leaders from Western UP in Delhi yesterday as the BJP battles an unpopularity perception here after the year-long protests by farmers against the now withdrawn farm laws. In the last assembly elections in 2017, the BJP had won 76% of the seats in Western UP. It is critical for them to try and repeat that performance. All right, Sukirti sent us this ground report from the Krishna Janmabhoomi temple in Mathura just minutes ago as it was gearing up for the Home Minister's visit.
Union Home Minister Mr. Amit Shah is set to visit Mathura today. First, he will be visiting the Sri Bake Bihari Mandir in Vrindavan, followed by an interaction with voters. So he will be campaigning here. Now this visit is being seen as a key part of how BJP has been projecting Mathura as the third Hindutva bastion, as a symbolic Hindutva bastion after Ayodhya and Varanasi. Now the Krishna Janmabhoomi Mandir is the main element here in Mathura. As you can see, the grand entry gates are being built over here on the pathway that leads to the main shrine. The construction work is going on in full swing. As you can see, stones being polished. There are laborers working here. Even the entire footpath, the entire pathway that leads to the main temple, there the stones are being relaid. All of that work has been going on. Recently, UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath had said that if the Ram temple has been built in Ayodhya, if Kashi Vishwanath corridor is being built, then how can Mathura be left behind?
All right, Sukirti is with us live as Amit Shah reaches and begins prayers in Vrindavan. Sukirti, tell us what's happening and what's on the agenda for the rest of the day.
Well, Ankit, I'm unable to hear your question clearly, but just to give you a sense of what is happening on the ground here, we are at the Bake Bihari Mandir here in Vrindavan. Mr. Shah has just arrived a few minutes ago and he is offering prayers inside the temple. As you may see that there are, of course, security restrictions that have been put in place, and media has been deployed is allowed only in the area outside the entry gates. But very crucial, this visit is extremely crucial for the BJP's entire campaign in UP, because Mathura is a topic that has been raised very frequently in the last few months in the rallies that Mr. Yogi Adityanath has held, as well as Deputy CM Mr. Keshav Maurya has been tweeting about the issue of Mathura. Mr. Yogi Adityanath visited Mathura at least 18 times during his tenure, and this is also the place that is going to see a very close contest with heavyweights in the running. Current MLA Mr. Shrikant Sharma also happens to be the power minister in the UP government. He won with a margin of over 1.4 lakh votes last time, and on the other hand will be Congress's Pradeep Mathur, who has been a 4-time MLA. Now this entire temple push from the BJP with Mr. Shah's visits to this temple. Later he will be interacting with voters in Mathura. All of this part of the BJP's Hindutva project. Could Mathura end up being the third symbolic bastion of the Hindutva project that BJP has been talking about? The temple in Ayodhya has been constructed already. The Kashi Vishwanath corridor has been beautified, and as we have been reporting since morning, that the work for the Krishna Janmabhoomi, the Krishna Janmabhoomi temple in Mathura is also in full swing. We've been showing how the renovation work is going on with full vigor. All of the laborers working there day and night to ensure that the project gets completed soonest. So all of this very crucial, and Mr. Shah's visuals, of course, are going to, in terms of optics, they are going to play in a very significant manner in terms of how BJP is projecting this entire campaign. Ankita.
Right. So, Kirti, just give us a sense of what else is on Amit Shah's agenda today.
Well, Ankita, he is, first of all, after this temple visit here in Vrindavan, he will be moving to another temple in Mathura, and post that he will be interacting with the voters. Here, as my camera person is trying to show you our viewers at this point of time, Mr. Shah is just coming out of the temple right now, and we are expecting that there will be at least a short media interaction over here, and he will is expected to make some statement shortly. That is what is expected right now. As you are seeing, Mr. Shah just coming out of the temple. So he spent at least 10 minutes inside offering prayers. So short visit here, which will be followed by another visit to a temple in Mathura, post which there will be a public interaction. Here Mr. Shah, you can see right outside the temple, and the media trying to get a word from him, and all eyes on him now on whether he will be seen making any similar statements, the kind that Mr. Yogi Adityanath as well as Mr. Maurya had made.
Right, Sugiti, as we stay on these live visuals from Vrindavan and continue to talk to you as we wait to see if Amit Shah actually makes a statement or not. You've been speaking to the people there as well. Has this really paid off, the temple renovation that you've been showing us, the big grand gates that have been constructed? Or are people also talking about the economy, about unemployment, about sort of day-to-day needs of the people of the temple town?
Well, yes, Ankita, that is definitely an important element to consider, how this entire campaign of the BJP is being perceived by the general public. So we spoke to voters earlier in Mathura who said that, of course, they appreciate the work that the BJP is doing, the way this entire renovation work is being carried out. But beyond just the emotional value that they attach to this entire project is also this hope that when a temple as huge as this gets renovated, it will maybe lead to more people coming in here, maybe it will lead to better infrastructure development. Will it lead to wider roads in Mathura? Will it lead to lesser open drains and less garbage dumps across the city? So that is the kind of hope people also hold along with this renovation work being done. So there is definitely an emotional, religious value that people are attaching to it, but there are, of course, hopes attached to basic needs of the people in terms of infrastructure development. Also, when we were speaking to people, some of them said that things will get constructed, things will get demolished. That will keep happening. But there are other core issues as well, especially the issue of unemployment. In the last few years, the situation in terms of the unemployment front has been getting worse and worse, and the people of Mathura need jobs at this point, especially when we have been battling the pandemic for about 2 years. So unemployment, electricity, these are basic issues of people. Electricity, especially since the current MLA is also the power minister of UP, there have been some issues with regard to how the electricity rates have been going up. So some people have issues with that, saying that when he holds power here, could he have not slashed the electricity rates? Yes, the electricity supply has improved, but the rates also need to be cut down a bit. So there are a lot of basic issues as well that are going to matter for the people here.
All right, Sukiti, thanks very much indeed for getting us that update. It doesn't look like Amit Shah is going to be speaking right now, but he has offered prayers at the Baki Bihari temple in Vrindavan.